For all you guys out there searching for a genuine Filipina, you really don't want to miss what I'm going to tell you here, as it could save you much wasted time on the wrong Filipina as well as money. Over the past few weeks, I've been told right here on this channel or an email sent to me about what I now believe to be a love scam, which appears to be very well organized and growing in popularity, I'd suggest. All these guys have told me stories that are extremely similar, to the point I draw a conclusion that the women conducting this particular love scam are all using carefully thought out scripts to specifically make the foreign guy fall in love with her rather quickly. Now, whether this scam is new or whether it's just gaining in popularity, I'm unsure. And I'd really like to hear from anyone else who's experienced this same storyline from a person who claims to be an overseas Filipino worker in China. Now, I'll take you to a comment and conversation that was made on a video that I made some time ago called 10 Red Flags in 3 Minutes, which I'll place a link in the description below. But this particular conversation only took place on the 19th of February 2021. As I say, I've also been told very similar, if not the same stories by several other men in the past month. So let me show you this comment and conversation and see if you recognize any similarities to the woman you're currently speaking to, or did you realize it was a love scam and told her goodbye? So this comment came from Rocco Scarano, and he says, I met a Filipina online. She's currently working in China. We really started to hit it off together, and she fell for me rather quickly. She said she deleted or got rid of her Facebook account. I can't see her on video. Apparently China banned WhatsApp. And she said her employer won't allow her to use Skype. I can barely get her on the phone to actually talk to her. My question is, she wants to come here to be with me. She asked me to contact her agency so they may get her a tourist visa to come to Canada. I like her and want to be with her, but is this a scam? Well, because Rocco is asking that very question, I think he knows deep down that this is definitely a scam, or he feels very strongly it is. That's why he's come and put this comment on. And if we look through that comment alone, there's a good 3 at least red flags sitting in there. That she fell rather quickly for him. That's the first one. She deleted or got rid of her Facebook account. Well, to me, it's not an impossibility that someone doesn't have Facebook, but if you know Filipinas, 90% of them have Facebook accounts and they love Facebook. And she says China apparently banned WhatsApp. Well, that could be true. I don't know if it is or isn't. And her employer won't allow her to use Skype, which is a very common theme in their storyline from what I'm hearing, saying the employers are like tyrants and they won't allow them to use any technology really at all, including a computer and especially Skype. And that, of course, allows them not to be seen on camera, probably because it could be a man they're actually talking to. And then he says, I have the company name and phone number. Should I do this? So he's talking about should he send the money so she can get an aeroplane ticket and come to be with him in his country. And at the time I replied to Rocco and said, I've heard this exact same story 3 times now from 3 different men. And I've even heard it again since then. It certainly is sounding like a scam to me. I mentioned the red flags to him. And I said, my bet is that if you offered to buy a plane ticket, she would give you details of a supposed travel agent to use. I can't be 100% sure if it's a scam, but the more I hear the same story, the more I believe it may be. Just be very careful. And then he goes on to ask me, how does he check to see if it's legit or not? And I replied to him saying, how can one expect to have a long distance relationship when they can't see each other online? It doesn't make sense. If she knew that she couldn't video call, why would she look for a man? The more I hear of the exact same story, the more I say most likely a scam. And then Rocco says something here, which I think is also something very similar to the other stories. She told him that she can't get out very often, so this is the only way she gets to meet somebody is online. Well, my reply to that would be that if someone tells you that, then they're not ready for a relationship. If they don't have the time to actually put into forming that relationship, then how can it form and become anything more than just a chat mate? And then I said to Rocco, I said, that sounds more like a travel agency. These scams can often have a phone number where they'll pretend to be a travel company. They'll book flights that are not valid and take your money. And he says, it says on the travel website that they do travel or tourist visas. And he says, I looked up the company website to see if there were any reviews and I couldn't see anything. Well, there's no surprise there. A fake website is not going to really get reviews unless, of course, they put their own fake reviews on there. I know there are a lot of red flags being able to communicate and see each other. The company sent me the name of the bank and account number. So, there it is right there. They're sending him somewhere to send the money to, which clearly is not to a real travel agent where the Filipino is going to get a real ticket. That's just not going to happen. And again, I said to Rocco, I said, I would say there seems to be this scam going on in China, or possibly even from the Philippines, saying there are OFWs in China. And it really could be anywhere in the world. It might be Nigeria, it could be in England, could be, anywhere. And then I asked him if he minds if I do a video about this, which he agreed to, because I thought it was very important to get this message out for anyone who may be looking for a Filipino that may come across this exact same storyline, and they'll know straight away, bang, let's run a mile. And then Rocco goes on to say that she went there as a registered nurse. She says technology in the Philippines is outdated. She took the job as a live-in nanny until she gets her chance as a registered nurse, I'm assuming. She's only been there a year. And he goes on to say that she sends her money home to her daughter for school and whatnot. So that would be her excuse for not having money to get an aeroplane ticket herself to go and visit him, apparently. And my final reply to Rocco was, I can't certainly say 100% she's a scammer because I'm not the one chatting to her, but I do feel now, after hearing from so many guys, that she's a scammer and this is a scripted scam going on somewhere in the world. But this story is almost word for word what I've heard before in all details. In my view, one can't have an LDR when they can never speak directly to one another because you need that connection in some form. She says that she doesn't have Facebook. Well, that's not banned in China. And if she can't create a Facebook account where she can video chat, then how badly does she want this? If she claims her employer won't allow her any use of her own phone or computers, that certainly doesn't sound right to me. Simply for me, there are too many red flags and almost impossible under the conditions that she describes to have a successful relationship moving forward. There are plenty of Filipinos out there who are very keen to create a relationship where the two of you can see and speak to one another. So right there, guys, if you are trying to have a relationship with somebody on a computer and you can never see them on the computer, whether they're using this same script or they just keep on making excuses as to why they can't get onto a video call, then you want to say goodbye. Stop wasting your time. Because let's give her the benefit of the doubt here. If she is genuine, how can you expect to have a relationship when you can't see each other? You need to form that relationship online before you go to meet her in the Philippines, when that's where you solidify the relationship, or you find out that relationship is not for you. So I hope that this video serves warning to all you guys out there who are searching at the moment for a genuine Filipino, and you can be aware so you don't become a victim yourself. And as I said earlier, if you've experienced a similar storyline, going through it now, or you've had it before, then certainly leave your comment below. We could all benefit from your experience around this. And certainly if you've got doubts, then be sure to check out my affiliate link in the pinned comment and description to Love Guardians, who are experts in cybersecurity with a detective on the ground in the Philippines to give you greater peace of mind around the Filipina that you may be talking to right now. If you're looking for more valuable free information and tips around the various love scams going on in the Philippines and how to identify them, then be sure to check out the playlist on screen now. And be very sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.